fans. But how about the top game of the night? Well, that definitely went down in Boston. Knicks left the Celtics and their fans stunned for the second straight game. Tatum, Brunson, ready to go. This game was so good we jumped to the third quarter. Knicks are down 9. OG Anunoby thought he had a poster on Derek White, but he's called for the offensive foul. The Knicks did not challenge the call. And how would the Celtics respond to that great defensive play by White? How about Tatum backing down Mikal Bridges there? And then Jaylen Brown off the screen knocks down a 3. The Celtics were up 14. It's a 17-point game here when Kristaps Porzingis passed out to Tatum, back to Porzingis for the 3. The Celtics are up 20. They are 40-2 this season by leading at 20 points at any point in the game. Problem is, one of those losses came in game 1 of this series. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Knicks within 12. Bridges makes it a 10-point game. And then here, Brunson finds Bridges coming through like the rent is due. All 14 of his points came in the fourth quarter. The Knicks have cut it to just 7. Off the turnover, White would end up getting it to Tatum. Wide open in the corner. That's a brick. And that would be indicative of a little stretch here. They missed 13 straight shots at one point late in the fourth quarter. Tied for their longest streak in the fourth quarter of a playoff game since 1998. And the Knicks took full advantage. Josh Hart hits the floater. It's a 5-point game. It's down to 4 with less than 3 minutes to go. Brunson to Hart. Misses the layup, but Big Cat is there. Put back and 1. He had 21 points, 17 rebounds. They cut the lead to 1 after the free throw. And then Brunson gave the Knicks their first lead of the game at 87-86. We got 1 minute to go. Brown can't get that to go. Derek White can't get the tip. Here come the Knicks the other way. Brunson, contested layup, doesn't matter. It's a 3-point New York lead, but the Celtics have time. They're down 1, 24 seconds to go. Tatum from one end to the next with the finish. Boston back up 1. They need a stop at the other end. Can they get it? Well, not really. Brunson gets fouled by Drew Holiday. He made the first free throw. Here's the second one. Good. Now, the Celtics decided not to use a timeout. They give it to Tatum. Pretty much run the same set you just saw he had the dunk on, but the Knicks played it differently defensively. So now Tatum is scrambling, trying to get a shot off, fades to the corner, trying to pass it to Jaylen Brown, but Mikal Bridges is there. What a defensive play by Bridges to seal the win for the Knicks. And if that felt familiar, well, it's not the first time that Bridges made a game-saving defensive play in this series. Let's go back to game 1. The Knicks were up 3 seconds to go in OT. He strips the ball from Jaylen Brown. That's how they win game 1. And you come back to game 2. Watch the headiness of Bridges to come off the blind side here to get the steal again. 91-90. Knicks are up 2-0. 5 straight road playoff win streak. That's the most in franchise history.
Going home, realizing the opportunity we have, we just got to make sure we're still locked in. Nowhere close to being done.
We need to start the game a lot better. Now they're going to go on runs. They're a great team, and they can make plays for each other like no other. But we got to just find a way to limit their runs.
We know when it gets close in the end of a game, it's a one-possession game. We're very comfortable because we got Captain Clutch.
The first team in the last 25 years to overcome 20-point deficits in back-to-back playoff games. New York and Indiana have now started the Eastern Conference semis 2-0 on the road. It's the first time multiple teams have done that since the first round started way back in 19.
Go New York, go New York. 4 games to win a series. I understand that, and the Boston Celtics should still be the favorites. I get all of that. But damn it, we can talk about that another day. This morning, right now, it's orange and blue skies, baby. It's orange and blue skies. That's what we're talking about here. I saw my man Jalen Brunson. Yeah, not once. Yeah, not twice. Yeah, this is what the man did in the fourth quarter. I saw them down 20 in the third quarter, and they come storming back. I love the fact that they started off the fourth quarter with scoring 8 straight points. I love that. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. I saw Jason Tatum held to over 7 shooting in the fourth quarter. I saw Mikal Bridges, who was struggling throughout, hit a 3 in overtime to put him up 106-100. I saw not 1 but 2 steals of Jaylen Brown. I saw saw a block of a Drew Holiday three-point attempt. That's what I saw from Mikal Bridges. I saw Karl Anthony Towns getting in foul trouble, playing by foul trouble, still giving you a double-double. I saw OG Anunoby, that dude right there, you understand, drop 29, whether it was a three, whether it was a tomahawk slam, whether it was going to the hole when necessary. That's what I saw. I saw Jalen Brunson drop 29 points, including being Mr. Clutch himself, the clutch player of the year. And I saw the New York Knicks 0-10 against the top three teams in the NBA this season, okay? Go on the road in Boston, remain undefeated on the road in this postseason, knocking off the Boston Celtics. It ain't their fault that Boston settled for 3 points, shooting three-pointers all day long, missing 45 three-pointers. That ain't the New York Knicks' fault. Ain't nobody tell the Boston Celtics to exercise that kind of game plan. So as we look at this right now, and we see the New York Knicks up 1-0 in this series. Now, if you go back to the Garden, okay, and let's say for the sake of argument, after 4 games, it's tied 2-2, and it's the best of 3. That's more than any of us expected, which brings me to this question, Wendy. Can the New York Knicks possibly win this series?
So let me just say this. If the Knicks want to win this series, then Game 2 is a must-win. And you may think that's strange, and I'm not even trying to take the focus off Game 1. The Celtics, for various reasons, a lot of it self-inflicted, drop home games. I don't know why. They just do. They did it throughout the season. They actually were a better road team than they were at home during the course of the season, especially when it comes to the top teams. The Knicks have been unbelievable on the road in the playoffs. Guys, they're 4-0. And I realize that the Pistons are inexperienced, but still, you go in there and win 3 games in Detroit, including winning the closeout game there. That's really impressive. But they haven't been great at the Garden. So I know the Celtics can play great on the road, and the Knicks have been a little suspect at the Garden so far in the playoffs, losing a couple of times at home to the Pistons. So if you're serious, if you really believe in this, Perk, if you think that this is real and this wasn't just variance, and look, Brunson was great in the fourth quarter, and really the Knicks' formula for this whole postseason is just get the fourth quarter with it in sight for Brunson. When he comes in the game after his rest with 8 or 9 minutes left, if it's within 10 points, I think the Knicks have got a chance against anybody. But that's their strategy. I think if you want to believe it, that this can go, that this can happen for the Knicks, then you win Game 2. You win Game 2, now you have my attention.
Perk, hold up. I mean, this is the first time this has ever happened in the history of First Take. I'm ready to throw Wendy off the air. I mean, do you see the melancholy, the mood? I mean, do you see it right there? I mean, I ask him a question. He's like, what the hell is going on? I mean, this is unbelievable. Perk, take it away, because I don't know. I'm about to lose my mind with Brian Windhorst, one of the great NBA analysts in America. I can't believe how he is sounding this morning. The blasphemy. Go ahead, Perk. Go ahead, man.
Brunson, again, 9 points, 3 of 6, 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
17 points.
Oh, these are fourth quarter stats. The Knicks have scored 226 points in the fourth quarter of this postseason. This is the most by any team. There's a reason why Jalen Brunson won the Clutch Award. He's that. But I thought the guy that really saved them was Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges had no points, and in the fourth quarter, he goes and gets 14. And the Celtics not going to learn. You keep saying that they won a championship. At some point in time, they're going to realize, you see what happens when them threes don't fall, Ocho? You get a 20-point lead, and you keep shooting threes. And the next thing you know, it's a 12-point lead, it's an 8-point lead, and now all of a sudden they got a 1-point lead or 3-point lead on you.
I got a question, Joe.
What's up?
Listen, if you live and die by the 3, at what point do you make adjustments? Isn't that on the head coach? If you know you have a team, you have players that can play, you have offensive plays that you can run, and you steadily just chucking up threes and they not going in, at what point do
you look at it? Mikal Bridges in Game 2 in the fourth quarter, he was sensational. 14 points. All of his points came in the fourth quarter. He had 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. But like you said, Jason Tatum, 5 of 20 from the field. Jaylen Brown, 8 of 23 from the field. 2 of 7 from the 3, 1 of 5. Al Horford has been bad. The first 2 games, Al Horford has been bad. And you see, this is the cat I've been asking for. What did he do, Ocho? He took his big butt down to the post and gave it to Al. He wasn't selling for no threes. He shouldn't settle for the three. He attempted 1 3 tonight.
Yeah.
One.
He was aggressive.
This is Cat. Karl Anthony Towns like to shoot threes. Cat like to get his big butt down to the block and punish folks. They got nobody can guard him. Don't let him off the hook.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey,
say Uncle.
Hey, Cat controlled the interior man against the Celtics all game long. He out rebounded the Knicks. I mean, hold on. He out rebounded the Knicks. I mean the Knicks. He out rebounded the Celtics damn near all by himself.
Yeah.
He had 21.17.
They selling.
I still don't understand, Joe and Unc. I don't understand. Unc, when we play 2 halves, right? And we go into halftime, the first thing we do, if something's not working, what we normally do, we scrap it. We go to something else. So y'all two sitting here telling me this is the way they play and they gonna live and die by the 3. Well, some got to change because this is looking, y'all told me, both of y'all told me that the Celtics was gonna win this series. And the way it's looking right now, it's about to be a gentleman's sweep the other goddamn way.
Ocho, hold up. Now, we do have to pause a little bit because this series ain't over, bro. Boston.
I know. But down 2, that makes it that much more difficult.
Yeah, but they the best road team in the NBA. For whatever reason, they've been the best road team in the NBA and they play well on the road. Whether it's just because it's just them players in their locker room, I don't know what it is, but they squandered away 2 games. So I look for a sense of desperation coming from the Celtics when they go to New York. Now, New York going to be live. Them people going to be in there ready, man. They're going to be in there ready.
Man, Spike Lee gonna be out of the damn food.
Man, it's gonna be pandemonium.
He looking to do the right thing.
Hey, you know what?
He gonna be crookly. He's school days. However you want to say it. Spike gonna be on.
Hey, Joe, I'm glad you just said that. You said the Celtics now would be in an act of desperation. So, what's the first thing when a team that is desperate? What's the first thing they gonna do? Go to what they know how to do best, right? And how has that worked the past 2 games?
I got them.
Joe, you said it. Joe, they were doing good too, Joe. They were driving the ball, getting the ball to the paint, and then all of a sudden, I mean, they got like 3 offensive rebounds. 3 miss, 3 miss, 3, and they're talking about.
Yeah, man, I'm talking about it. It's like in the second half, I could kind of feel it, like just dwindling away. It's like I don't know, man. New York, in the fourth quarter, especially, they just went into another gear. And the only thing New York want to do, they just want to hang around. Okay, Ocho, they hang around.
That's it.
They want to be. They just going to have a fighting chance with the last 5 minutes of the game. And it's like from the Detroit series now to this series against Boston. Yeah, they have kept themselves alive, man. They've been down 20 points in both games on the road, and you come back, and in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes, you have a fighting chance, and every time they've came through in clutch moments. They made big plays defensively. Give Mikal Bridges his props because
Josh Hart too.
Yeah, give Josh Hart his credit too. But I'm just speaking from Mikal making these huge plays at the end of game 1 and at the end of game 2. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I got.
But you see what happens. Ocho, they had gotten so far out of rhythm. See, the thing is, when you take so many threes, you've forgotten how to run set plays. Because all you doing is used to jacking up threes. You put the high pick, and guess what? Launch a 3. They get the switch, launch a 3. Launch a 3. So now, in the last final 2 minutes of the game, when you need something going to the basket, it's hard to get some. Now, they had a great play with Jason Tatum. They got the high pick, and he split it, and he dunked the ball. They tried to run that same play, but OG did a great job of sinking it and wouldn't let it, so they had it leveled off, and they pushed him to the corner, and so he got there, and there's Mitchell Robinson, and there's Mikal Bridges, so they had him hemmed up, and he really couldn't go anywhere, so he's looking to pass the ball. Mikal Bridges deflected, he got it, threw it ahead. But that's what happens when you're used to jacking up 3. It's like a football game when all you're doing is used to Atlanta. All they were used to doing was throwing the ball. Now, all of a sudden, Ocho, you need to run the ball to take some time off the clock. We ain't got no running plays, Ocho.
New England game.
Yes. So, because guess what? In the second half, you ran the ball less than New England, and they were the one that was down 28-3. So how is that possible? You got fewer rush attempts, and you up by 25 than the team that's down by 25. Make it make sense. And you see what happens? Think about how they got the lead. Got a 20-point lead. They running the ball, lay up. Holiday doing what he's doing. Because they're trying to pick Holiday off of Brunson. They want him anybody else. They try to get the matchup with. They're gonna get the matchup with Pritchard. If he's in there, they want that matchup. If they got Al Horford, hey Al, you busy? Come here, let me holler at you right quick. So you see Brunson, he has it. He got that heavy. He up fake him. You jump, he going around you. Now, if you sit hand down, Mark Jackson. If your hand down, man down. And he's pulling. So I look, at some point in time, it looks good, Ocho. They took, and you're not Golden State. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you're not Golden State. You're not Stephen Clay. You're never going to be known as the greatest shooting backcourt in NBA history. It's not going to happen. Hey. So I don't care. I don't care if you shoot 1,000 threes, each of you. Well, I mean, you shoot 1,000. Derek White shoot 1,000. That's 3,000 threes between those three players. Nobody is ever going to confuse you three guys with Stephen Clay. It's not going to happen.
Listen, we got to give New York credit though, Uncle Ocho. You know, see the thing that's keeping Al and they bigs, limited is because when they run a pick and roll, they not doubling the ball, they not doing none of it. They switching and they making Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum go into their bag. And you're going to have to show us something to where if you can score 30 or 40 one-on-one, okay, cool, we're going to deal with that. Right. But the thing is, Boston has had a hard time. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum has had a tough time against Mikal Bridges, OG, Josh Hart. OG. Even Cat done sat down and guarded Tatum and Brown on multiple occasions. So, those dudes are there for the fight, man. They ain't playing. They come to win. And they've shown it in both games. Just such a gritty, tough team, bro. They've been like that the whole year. And when you watch these dudes play, you look at their starting five and all the minutes that they packing in. I'm like, man.
43 from Mikal Bridges had 43 tonight. OG had 38. Towns had 35. Brunson had 38. Josh Hart had 43.
Yeah,
but maybe it's just me. But Jaylen Brown got the loosest handles I've seen about NBA star player. A guy that's good, his handles shouldn't be that loose, Joe. They shouldn't be.
He had 6 turnovers a day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about his handles. I mean, and it plagued him. You remember when they lost to Golden State? It was his handles. He kept getting the ball swiped. He couldn't score consistent. And Jason Tatum was even worse than Jaylen Brown, if you can believe that. But they fixed it. They righted it wrong. They ended up winning a championship. But they better get in there. The worst thing you can do is give a guy confidence. A guy knock you down in the fight, he might not. Oh, he a heavy underdog. That's and the longer you leave a guy around, Ocho, the more he think he can beat you. That's what happened with Buster Douglas. See, all of a sudden, Mike Tyson didn't get him out there in the first 3. And now we in deep water. Well, I don't know how well you can swim. I know in the kiddie pool, you can stand your ass up and the water's only waist deep. I got your ass right here. Your feet can't touch the bottom.
Hey, listen. New York don't plan on coming back to Boston, guys. They don't plan. They don't plan on it.
It's not. Listen, it's not looking good. I don't know how many Celtics fans we have in the chat that are watching. I would like to know in the chat if you feel like the Celtics have an opportunity or a chance to come back. Please let me know. Please let me know because based on what I've seen the past 2 games and the little bit of knowledge I know from watching the games the past 2-3 years, it's not looking good. Chan, I know you're mad, you're upset. Knicks in 5.
Hey, think about it. The Celtics shot 15 free throws. Now they've missed 75 threes in 2 games.
Damn.
75. They shot 25%. They shot 25% tonight. Ash, what did they shoot the other night on Monday? They was 15 or 60.
Hey, listen.
But Joe, they not gonna look like that the rest of the series, though. They're gonna have a game where Derek White is on, with Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, you said they weren't gonna look like this. You said they were gonna look like this in game
2 games at home.
Who says that?
I said that.
They shot 20. Guess what? They shot 25% the first game.
Yeah, I think the Knicks. The Knicks making an emphasis. I know I know the Celtics missed a few wide opens, but I think the Knicks making an emphasis not to give up wide open. Too many wide open.
Right, they contested everything.
Yeah. They making it tough, man. They making them dudes work. Not on both ends of the floor. And I'm not sure if it's taking their legs, but Boston do look a little hobbled. They got a guys out there. Tatum don't look like he moving that great. Holiday don't look like he moving that great, but
well, Holiday's just coming off that hamstring, so I expect him to be. And you know they're making him work. I mean, the guard Brunson. I mean, he's taking all he got because Brunson, they running him off picks and they keep picking him and doing all those things. They're gonna make you go side to side. Cat, this is what I'm talking about. Cat, 1 3-point attempt. He punished Al on the block.
Yeah.
They ended up having to put Jaylen Brown on him, but Jaylen too small. Jaylen too small. Jason Tatum too small. They ain't got nobody that can deal with Cat. If Cat make up in his mind, and this is what we've been asking Cat to do. See, this is what we asked Cat to do against Dallas last year. But no, he wanted to shoot threes. And the game that he went down on the block, they ended up winning, Ocho. But then guess what? Next game he come back out there.
Porzingis, they can't make the adjustment. And Porzingis at the 5, or he too light, right?
He needs some cinder blocks in his back pocket.
You got to have somebody with some size and some length in order to deal with Cat, or you're gonna get the same goddamn result.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knicks fans around the world, what in the world are we watching? The New York Knicks, against every odd, every expert prediction, and every doubter in the building, have done it again. Game 2, TD Garden. Hostile territory. Down by 20 points late in the third quarter. And somehow, some way, these Knicks stormed back and snatched yet another win from the jaws of defeat. 91-90 over the Boston Celtics. They now lead the series, 2-0. You can feel it, can't you? Something is shifting. This is not a fluke. This is not luck. This is grit. This is New York basketball at its finest. And if you still don't believe, maybe it's time you start paying attention. Let's get right to it. There's good news and there's bad news coming out of this game. But for Knicks fans, even the bad feels like just another part of the legend being written in real time. First, the good. Mikal Bridges, are you serious? For this second straight game, the man was practically invisible for 3 quarters, scoreless, quiet, forgotten. And then the fourth quarter happened, and suddenly Mikal Bridges became the man with the cape. 14 points in the fourth quarter, alone. Let me say that again. All 14 of his points came in the final 12 minutes. Talk about flipping the switch. Just like Game 1, he came alive when it mattered most. And just like Game 1, it was his defensive brilliance that sealed the win. Seconds remaining. Jason Tatum trying to go hero mode. And Bridges, he rips the ball right out of Tatum's hands like he was taking candy from a toddler. Game, set, Knicks. That's why they gave up 5 first-rounders for him. Not because of empty stats in meaningless games, but because he's a closer. He's a winner, and right now he's delivering on the biggest stage. But Bridges wasn't alone. Josh Hart stepped up in a massive way, led the team with 23 points on 9 of 15 shooting, including 3 triples. He was relentless, aggressive, and absolutely crucial during that third quarter push. Karl Anthony Towns, what more can you ask from the big man? 21 points, 17 rebounds, controlled the paint, out-muscled Boston's front court, and showed he's more than just a scorer. He's here to win. And how about Mitchell Robinson? No, he didn't light up the scoreboard, but this man was everywhere. Hustle, grit, 3 steals, 8 boards, and a team best 119 plus minus. The numbers don't lie. He was a difference maker. Now for the bad news. And let's be honest, this is more of a warning than a problem. The Knicks can't keep starting games this slow, 13 points in the first quarter. That's just not sustainable, especially when you're playing a team that on paper has the firepower of Boston. Let's not forget, this Celtics team was up 20 late in the third quarter. And the only reason the Knicks had a chance was because of Boston's continued inability to hit shots. They shot just 36.2% from the floor and 25% from deep. Tatum, just 13 points on 5 of 19 shooting. We can't bank on Boston missing shots forever. At some point, the Knicks have to take control of the game from the jump, not wait until the second half to decide it's go time. But for now, we celebrate. Because let's be real, nobody thought the Knicks would come into Boston and walk away with a 2-0 series lead. Not the media, not the analysts, not even some Knicks fans. But here we are, heading back to Madison Square Garden with A chance to go up 3-0 in front of the most passionate, unapologetic, battle-hardened fan base in the NBA. This isn't just a win. This is a statement. And to all the Celtics fans out there, how you feeling right now? Your team blew a 20-point lead. Again. You got outplayed in crunch time. Again. And now you're headed into the Garden, where it's going to be loud, hostile, and unforgiving. This series is slipping through your fingers, and the Knicks, they smell blood. Now it's your turn, Knicks Nation. What do you think? Was Mikal Bridges the MVP of this game? Can we expect another fourth quarter takeover? In Game 3? And what adjustments do you want to see to prevent another slow start? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from you. Are the Knicks about to sweep the Celtics? Is this team legit championship material, or do you think Boston still has a fight left in them? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because we're going to be covering every angle of this series as it unfolds. This is the New York Knicks Report, and right now, business is booming. Game 3 is coming, the Garden is waiting, and the Knicks are ready. Let's go, New York.